From the 48th, Delegate Iaquinta.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will everybody join me in honoring our flag? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Gentleman from the 58th.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I request a roll call to establish the presence of a quorum.
Gentleman from the 58th requests a roll call to establish the presence of a quorum. All members present will please vote aye to indicate your presence. Clerk, prepare the machine. Has each member voted? If so, the clerk will close the machine and ascertain the result. On this question, 94 members present, a quorum is established. Reading of the Journal.
Journal of the House of Delegates, Charleston, Monday, May 14th, 2017.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from the 13th, Delegate Brewer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the further reading of the journal be dispensed with and that it be approved as having been read.
Gentleman from the 13th asks unanimous consent that further reading of the journal be dispensed with and it be approved as having been read. Is there objection? Chair hears none. Journal is approved as having been read. Introduction of guests. Reports of standing committees. Gentleman from the 19th, Delegate Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of Robbie Thompson and myself, I'm honored and privileged to announce that we have 4 guests from Wayne County with us today. These guests are former Cerrito Canova football high school coaches. They together coached 10 state championship teams during a 20-year period from 1963 to 83. They were in the championship game 3 more times as runner-ups, and they finished in the top 4 more years out of that 20-year period. And it's my honor and privilege to announce the head coach, Carl Ward. And Mr. Ward, would you please stand, sir? Assistant coach, Barry Scragg. Another assistant coach, Ed Jenkins. And another gentleman who played and helped coach, and his name is Danny Pelfrey. And House, would you give him a warm welcome?
Further introductions. Reports of standing committees. Reports of select committees. Messages from the executive. Messages from the Senate. Resolutions. Petitions. Motions. Gentleman from the 58th.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, subject to announcements, I move the House stand in recess until 3:30 p.m.
Other announcements. John from the 64th, Delegate Householder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Committee on Finance will meet this afternoon at 2 p.m. and the agenda will be posted.
Lady from the 31st, Delegate Arbonne.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Government Organization will meet today at 2 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee Room 215 East. The agenda is posted.
John from the 4th, Delegate Farrow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Democrat members of House Government Organization will meet in room 252, Lewis McManus Room, immediately following session.
Joe from the 28th, Delegate O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Republican members will caucus in the chamber at 12:30.
Further announcements. If not, question for the House is the motion by the gentleman from the 58th that the House stand in recess until 3:30. I'm sorry. Lady from the 16th, Delegate Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today we have 2 birthdays that are not members of the House of Delegates. We have Sammy Rowe from the clerk's office, and we have Mark Curtis from WOWK, who in his former life used to sing in a rock and roll band. So would you all please join me in singing happy birthday to Sammy and Mark. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sammy and Mark. Happy birthday to you.
Not the question for the House is the motion by a gentleman from the 58th to House stand in recess until 3:30 p.m. All in favor will say aye. Those opposed, no. Ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The House stand in recess until 3:30 p.m.
Law that he's asking the court to adopt. It makes
continuing moving target.
exactly. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I was going to say, I guess the court is not concerned with the issue of whether